What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Creators Lunch Table, and we are going to answer another voicemail that was sent in by you, one of our subscribers. And if you're not a subscriber, it's okay. You can hang out with us here at the Creators Lunch Table. So, Scotty, we're going to go ahead. You haven't even heard this one yet, so I'm going to go ahead and play it. I did, and it's coming in from Rick. So got a good voice too, by the way. Wait till you hear his voice. It's really, really good.
And guys, if you wanted to ask one of these questions on this podcast of the Creators Lunch Table, all you gotta do is go to speakpipe.com/live video school. If you, again, just submit one of these questions right here, we'll answer it at the lunch table. You'll pull up a chair. We go right through it. Again, that's speakpipe.com/live video school. You almost forgot that part.
I did.
But I got you. I'm here. I'm locked in.
I know, but I'm going to do it one more time because you go a little too fast. So it's speakpipe.com/live video school. See,
just
teaching the boy.
Just to mess with
I'm
him,
still
I should
teaching
speed that up and post edit.
I'm still teaching the boy. Here we go. All right.
Play the record.
All right, let's go. Here we go. We're going to listen to Rick.
Hey, Scott and Scotty. How you doing? Rick Rose here from Ontario, Canada. I don't know if this will be 90 seconds, but I'm a certified real estate investment coach specializing in flipping, and I now want to start expanding in a big way into the United States. So we're just kind of starting out and learning about YouTube, and we want to do it right. Love your videos, by the way, you guys. My question is, do you have a book or booklet that starts instead of watching, a million videos, do you have a book or booklet that starts right at the beginning and says, here, first of all, in order to set up your YouTube thing and get it going and lots of views and everything, start here, do this, and this, and in order, basically, tell us what to do. Do you have anything like that? If not, would you consider doing something like that? I think a booklet like that, or a book like that, whatever, would be very advantageous, and I would certainly pay for it. r_rose@yahoo.com. Thanks a lot, and keep up the good work, guys.
All right. Well, thank you, Rick. And Rick, you got a good voice.
Love it.
It's like a radio voice. But I'll tell you something. If he didn't tell us he was from Canada, I would be able to tell he's from Canada. About. It's about.
Found out.
I found out and bout. Right? And
now we're not making fun of it, so no one come at us in the comments.
What's funny?
You can just distinctively tell the accent.
It's funny because people say that they can tell I'm from New York.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you can? And they're like, yeah, there's a distinct, and I'm like, I don't hear it.
Oh.
But I always hear that with Canadians, so I thought I'd throw it out there, but we love the Canadians.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, so first off, yes, we do have a booklet. It's 18 pages long, and it does go through the entire process. We're going to talk about it because when you're first starting, you do need a plan. And I think when people are starting and they don't have a plan, that's when they get confused. They don't have a direct line. You actually have a service that you are wanting to get people interested in, which again, I love. But if you would like a copy of that, just comment 100K. Once again, comment 100K, and we'll send you a copy of that. And Rick, I'm surprised you don't have a copy of that. We've mentioned it several times.
Gotta get it, Rick.
Come on, Rick. Like, I would have thought you'd have had that. So here's what I'm going to share with anyone right now. So the very first thing that we cover in that guide, okay, is we need to figure out how we're going to get attention. But before we even get there, we have to figure out the niche. And inside of there, we talk about the niche. But really, before you start anything, you should have a clear idea of who you're trying to serve. Okay, now that can change. You can pivot a little bit. Now you're in real estate. So real estate's big, right? But you're into real estate helping investors that want to flip real estate, not just invest and hold.
True.
So big market.
Yep.
We narrowed it down. And does that mean that you can't talk about any other thing about real estate and investing? No, you can. But right now, you want to go really, really hard and really, really just direct at that audience, and you want to get that attention. So that's the A in the ARM method. And that's the attention piece. So, and again, that's in the book. We go through that in great detail. So anything you want to say on that before we move on to the R, which is the next important piece?
No, I mean, this goes for everyone now. Now, Rick, we already know your niche, right? Which is real estate
or niche,
sometimes, however you want to say it.
Yeah.
But anyway, we know, yours in real estate. Okay. Now, like you said, sub niching that down helps you to build up that audience and build the attention, because now you're going to be hitting the niche in a different angle. So that way you can start getting in and getting views, impressions, all that kind of stuff. Right. But for a lot of people, they don't even have that first niche.
No.
So if you're saying, again, and this is what we talk about in the playbook and all of that, and actually we talk about it in our class, in our 1K collective, in week 1, the first thing is niche validation, right? Mm-hmm. So you want to distinctively know what your niche is. After that, yes, you're going to sub niche down and stuff, but that's my challenge for you right now. If you don't know right now your general niche and you're like, it's 3 different things. I see a lot of people that are like travel, wealth, and lifestyle.
Right.
No, that's not a niche, right? It's not. Even just saying like, travel's closer if you just stay on just travel, but go a little further than that, even than that, right? So like sometimes it's way too broad. Like real estate, yes, is broad. We can niche that down, but it's around real estate and homes, right? That's what it's about, right? Where other people it's like, I'm just trying to pull some up, like trying to think of ones that aren't a niche. Some that are like 2 or 3 different things, or on your channel, maybe you're posting 3 different things. You're talking about dog grooming. Then the next one, you're talking about makeup. Then you're talking about day in the life. And you're doing all these things. You're all over the place. YouTube has no clue who to push it to. So first piece, establish your big, general, broad niche first. Then we'll start niching down from that point. I think that's something that we had to make clear to everyone first.
Yeah, and I mean, we've been through a few iterations of this. And I've done it in other brands that I've built. And even like right now, like we're talking to the YouTube, creator, right? And then it's like, okay, how can we segment that down? Well, we went after 40 and over because that's who I can resonate with and people can resonate with me. And then we said, okay, that's good. Now let's go ahead and go after just small channels, people that are small. Okay, let's go after that. That's another segment. And then now we're talking to someone like Rick, that's a business owner. There's another sub niche. So we're not right now going after all of them, although we've kind of touched on them. And then what we're going to do is see which one really resonates, and then we'll go a little bit deeper there. So once you get a niche or a sub niche that you can see is getting you attention and it's bringing in the right people for you, then go in on that and go really, really hard. So that's the first piece. And again, this is all in the 100K roadmap in that little playbook. The second piece is the relationship building. So in the relationship building piece, and a lot of people, they kind of they glaze over this where they're like, what does that exactly mean? Well, the way that I look at it is when you are first showing up consistently, serving that audience. So let's just take Rick for an example. He's helping people that are finding properties that have enough equity after they purchase it that they can, or enough net after they purchase it, that they can actually turn it and flip it for a profit. Right. So you have to go and you have to, number one, you have to find those people. Once you find those people, you're going to keep showing up to keep giving them a little bit of advice, a little bit of tips, things that you have done, maybe one that went bad, one that you learned a lesson from. And you're just going to keep showing up for those people. And then all of a sudden you become the house flipping person that they trust and that they know and that they like. So that's the relationship piece. Now there's other things that we can do with the relationship thing. We can start posting in the community tab. That's something big, right? We can do that. We can start building an email list, which we're a huge fan of. And then you can start communicating through that. You can just start commenting and replying.
I was going to say, I think the first step on anything is once you start getting those comments coming in, is really taking the time to answer those comments and answer them authentically, right? So like not just doing your AI bots with the generates up and clicking on it, but actually like responding to it and giving them, that advice. Because early on, you're not going to get as many comments, right? If you're a newer channel, you're not getting a lot of comments. You can take those time to do it, right? Once you, like even now for us, like we get a lot every day, like a good amount where we're always having to refresh and we got to go through. We still, to this day, are still going through one at a time and trying to give our best answers to everything as much as we can. But could we easily just generate and use AI? Absolutely. But then we're losing out on that authenticity that we want to have with our followers, with our community. And ultimately, I feel like this has helped us as a channel. So it's the same thing like with your videos and stuff is we got to build that relationship part of it. So like you said before, documenting what you're doing, right? So like documenting the fails, documenting, what worked, what you advise not to do, showing the proof of that. All of that makes someone really trust you because now you're showing them, the goods and the bads of what, not just the goods. Because right now on social media, right, you go to Instagram.
All you see is the good.
Yeah. I could show, and you're like, oh, wow, he's in Miami this week. Next week he's in Bali. He's all over the place. Man, he must make a lot of money, blah, blah, blah. You're just seeing those highlights, but you don't see the struggles that I'm dealing with as well. You show the struggles. Now I resonate with you on a different level.
Yeah. And it comes down to also like, what types of content are you going to produce? And like you said, by you listening and commenting, you're starting to learn what the struggles are. Now your content can speak to that.
Yep.
And then you're now understanding it. Your message is getting more clear. And then you start to resonate even more and you build that fan base even deeper. So that's a huge one. And again, like you're asking, like Rick was asking, is there a step-by-step plan? That is the step-by-step plan. Now, inside of the guide, we actually go through, there's like 4 pillars for the content and different types that you can create. Those are in there. That's what I would do. So I would follow that to a T. Now, that's a plan that we're saying is going to get us to 6 figures, which we're on our way there. But that's going to ultimately get us to, $500,000 to 7 figures. Like it'll get us there. It's the same thing. It's just, we've broken it down into these 3 areas, starting with the niche, but then the attention piece. And we really got to get that clear. We have to get that dialed in, because once we get the attention, then we can start building a relationship. Then we can start saying, okay, what else do they need? Then we can offer products to those people. We've done several products now. We're 9 months in. We've done titles to views workshop.
Yep.
We did a scroll stopper workshop. We did 1K collective, which that is now still going, and we have students in there. And then we just did views accelerator workshop, right? So we're doing these workshops, these classes, these cohorts to help people of where they're struggling. And you're always going to get people that are going to consume the free stuff, but you're always going to get people that are going to want to go a little bit deeper. They want to sit at the table with us, just like this right here.
Yep.
And we can help them a little bit deeper. So one thing I would also say, and we're going to wrap this up here, but one thing I would say too is like, a lot of times people are too afraid to give content out. Like they're like, oh, I got to guard some stuff, or they're not going to pay
they're like,
for
oh,
it.
No one's going to pay for it.
But it's just like Rick said.
Yeah.
If you go to our YouTube channel and you go through all those videos, you can piece it together.
100%.
But do you want a clear straight line?
Yeah.
Well, okay, the roadmap that we're going to give you gives you a straight line, but now there's going to be areas in there that you might be like, you know what? I want to learn titles more. Titles to views workshop we got for you, right? And we'll link this up in the description too. You want, you know what? You're talking about thumbnails. I want thumbnail help. That's part of getting the attention, right?
Yeah.
Oh, guess what? Scroll stopper workshop.
Yeah.
Boom, there you go.
True.
Right? And then if you want to work with us for 4 weeks, 1K collective, right? So yes, there's a straight line. We give it to you. You can do it on your own, right? But if you want help in those certain areas, that's where you can come in, and you can do the same thing in your flipping business.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
So same thing. So, all right. That is what we got for you today. Again, if you want to send in your message and if you want to have us highlight you and spotlight you, we'll do that as well.
Yep.
All right. So just go to speakpipe.com/live video school. Once again, that's speakpipe.com/live video school. And guys, as always, remember, we're here for you.
We believe in you.
We're rooting for you.
But you have to.
You must say it with me, say it loud, say it proud, take action. Woo! All right, Scotty. Now
that time of the show.
It's the time.
And I got to say, shout out to everyone who's been staying to the end, because our fan base for staying to the end,
it's grown.
People are waiting for it.
Yeah.
They're ready for like, what are they going to talk about at the end? This is when they're like really like kind of guard down. We're just talking, right? Like no cuts. Like we don't cut any of this stuff, guys. Like, this is clean. When I mess up my words, we're going to still keep it in there. It is what it is.
We're going to keep it in there.
We didn't even talk. This is the transparency. We didn't even talk about a word yet. I already got it though.
You do?
Which is great.
It's good that you do, because I was thinking as we were still talking, part of my brain was thinking, what are we going to say for our keyword? We didn't talk about that.
I already got it.
You got it? All right.
And you're going to love this.
All right. So here we go. Okay. So this is how it works right now. If you are new to the end of the creator's lunch table and you're now after hours, it's like you snuck out of the room and now you're after hours and we're just kind of huddling around here talking more shop. This is where we put a little keyword in here, and this lets us know that you're hanging around to the end.
Yeah. So
what's the keyword?
I'm going to start them a little story quick. Not going to take long. Okay. But I just want you to recognize one thing you probably already did earlier on. This was not on purpose, by the way. I want you to look at what he's wearing, look at what I'm wearing. And I'm not talking about the hats, I'm talking about the shirts.
Yeah.
By accident, we wore the same shirt over here.
We didn't talk.
We did not talk about this.
Yeah.
It's funny because, you know, my mom, his wife, she goes, oh, you look like your dad. I was like, I guess I am turning into him. And then
Let's do this.
and then you come around the corner and you're wearing the same shirt. I'm like, come on, are you kidding me? And then he's like, you want me to change? I was like, who cares, right? It is what it is. Anyway, so I was like, you know what? Comment twin. We're twinning right now. We're a twinning. We didn't even mean to.
Twin.
So twin. Put it in the comments.
TWIN.
That's how we know you made it to the end.
Twin, baby.
Yeah.
All right. Until next time, guys.
Yeah. See ya.
I'll make it happen.